Pooh and Friends Nature Trail. We've got 2 wonderful Winnie the Pooh stories for you to listen to. Plus, there are songs, games, and rhymes galore. It's going to be terrific. Let's get started by reading your little storybook called Pooh Sets Sail. When it's time to turn the page, you'll hear the sound of the bell, like this. So open your book and turn to the beginning of the story. One day, Pooh said to Piglet, "Let's go on an adventure to see where the stream goes." "It sounds a little scary," said Piglet. "This bit of the stream is good enough for me." But Pooh had already made up his mind. He rushed off to find help. "You need a raft," said Christopher Robin. So Pooh helped him tie some logs together. Tigger joined in and helped the friends put up a mast in the middle of Pooh's raft. Owl flew above the stream and drew a map to guide Pooh on his way. "Here's a sheet for a sail," said Piglet. Then he gulped. "I'll really miss you, Pooh." Soon, Pooh's raft was ready to go. It was loaded with honey pots for the voyage. The friends waited on the bank, ready to wave Pooh Bear off on his adventure. Pooh looked at his raft. "Perhaps I'd better take just one more pot of honey," he said. Pooh picked up another honey pot and added it to those already on the raft. Glug, glug, glug. With so many honey pots on board, the raft began to sink. "Oh dear," said Pooh. "I don't think today is a good day for adventures after all." "No, but it is a good day for fishing," said Piglet. "Fishing for honey pots." Everyone was glad Pooh was staying. Pooh was glad too, once he'd caught a honey pot. The end. Pooh and his friends are having lots of fun today, playing in the sand. Let's have a look. Just pick up your magazine and open it up to Pooh's World. That's the page with a picture of Winnie the Pooh in the corner. Can you see Winnie the Pooh and all his friends and their great big sand castle? Great! I'll read you the words now, too. Sand and sun. The friends have all been working hard, digging and building in the sandy pit. What have they been busy making? And who's keeping guard over it? Well, it looks to me like they've just built a great big sandcastle. Isn't it terrific? And who's guarding it? Why, it looks like it's Roo, walking back and forth. Now, look really closely at the sand and sun picture. See if you can answer the rest of these questions. Here we go. Who's throwing a ball into the air? Can you see him? It's Winnie the Pooh, of course. And who's lying on a comfy deck chair? Can you see him? That's right, it's Piglet. And who is digging with a spade? Can you tell me? It's Rabbit. And who's sitting in an umbrella's shade? Can you find her? There she is. It's Kanga. And who's wearing a sun hat on his head? There he is. It's Tigger. And finally, who's carrying water in a bucket that's red? Did you find him? It's Eeyore. All right, that was great, wasn't it? Winnie the Pooh and friends like to pretend they're by the sea, don't they? Well, we can pretend too. Here's a song called By the Sea. The words are in the back of your magazine. And if you like, you can make up your own actions to go with the words. Let's pretend we're by the sea. Splash, 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 splash. My, those waves sound loud to me. Crash, 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 crash. Feel the sand between your toes. Squidge, 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 squidge. Dab some sun cream on your nose. Squirt, rub, squirt, rub. I like being beside the sea. Why don't you pretend with me? I like being beside the sea. Why don't you pretend with me? Eat a picnic, drink a drink. Chomp, slurp, chomp, slurp. Take some time to have a think. Think, 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 think. Build a castle nice and tall. Build, 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 build. Here's a wave to make it fall. Oh no, oh no. I like going to the sea, and I'm glad you came with me. I like going to the sea, and I'm glad you came with me. Do you know what I like to do when I'm at the seaside? I like to read a good magazine. So why don't you pick up your magazine again and turn the page until you find Rabbit's Tales. That's the page with the picture of Rabbit in the corner. What's Rabbit doing today? He's in a boat, and he's learning all about underwater life. Your job is to look carefully at the picture and see if you can find all of the animals that live in the river. Here we go. An eel wriggles by the riverbed, hoping to catch a fish or two. water splashes around in the water. It's hungry for a snack too. Water snails are climbing up the plants. Slowly they slither along. A speckled trout rests at the bottom, where the current's not too strong. Hiding under a craggy rock, a crayfish spends its day. Freshwater shrimp find tasty old leaves and merrily nibble away. How many of those underwater animals could you find? I'll bet you're ready for a pointing game. I'll say the animal, and you point to it, all right? First of all, can you point to the eel? It looks like an underwater snake. Did you find the otter? That's the cute brown animal with a black nose and whiskers. And last of all, how about the trout? Can you point to it? That's the big spotty fish that fishermen like to catch. There are plenty more games and songs coming up here on Winnie the Pooh and Friends Nature Trail. So don't go away. I hope you're ready to have even more splishy-splashy fun with Winnie the Pooh and all his friends. Now it's time to pick up your magazine again and turn the page again and again until you find Kanga and Roo's read-along. The story is called Vanishing Pooh Sticks. I'll read the words, and you can follow along and read the pictures. Let's go. One day, Pooh and Piglet were playing Pooh Sticks. They dropped their sticks into the stream. From one side of the bridge, then rushed to see whose stick came out the other side of the bridge first. They waited and waited, but the sticks didn't appear. They tried again, but only a leaf and a fish came past. Where are our Pooh sticks going? Pooh said. They tried a third time. This time they heard a quack from under the bridge. They rushed to the bank to see. Look! Cried Piglet. I see it, said is taking our Pooh sticks. It's building a nest with them. The end. That was a funny game of Pooh sticks. Thanks to that cheeky duck. And that reminds me of the time Winnie the Pooh wanted to take his boat gently down the stream. That trip was full of surprises, too. We can sing about it. And if you like, you can plonk yourself down on the floor and get ready to row Pooh Bear's boat with him. Gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Pooh Bear, rock the boat gently to and fro. Merrily, 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 down the stream we go. Pooh Bear, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a heffalump, don't forget to scream. Ah! Uh-oh, I think I did see a heffalump, and if he catches us, he'll eat our whole picnic. I think we'd better row a little bit faster. Are you ready? Then come on! Pooh Bear, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Pooh Bear, rock the boat gently to and fro. Merrily, 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 down the stream we go. Pooh Bear, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a heffalump, don't forget to scream. Ah! Oh no, it is a heffalump, and he's getting faster. We'd better row faster too. Come on, let's go! Pooh Bear, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Pooh Bear, rock the boat gently to and fro. Merrily, 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 down the stream we go. Pooh Bear, row your boat gently down the stream. If you see a heffalump, don't forget to scream. Ah-hoo-hoo! Horrible heffalump, go away. Wow, you did some great rowing there. And Pooh is really glad that you got away from that heffalump, even if it was only make-believe. Now it's time to go back to your magazine and pick it up. Turn back one page to Christopher Robin's Nature Walk. That's the page where you'll find a picture of a very beaky seabird. It's a puffin. So, if you're finished puffin after all that boat rowing, you must be ready to play Winnie the Pooh's Nature Quiz. Get ready to answer. Question number 1. Which of these colors is not found on the puffin's brilliant beak? Can you see any red there? Can you see any blue there? Or is there any green to be seen? Which color is not on the puffin's beak? Well, the answer is green. There are plenty of other colors there, as you can see in the picture. Now for question number 2. How does the puffin go about catching fish to eat? Does it dive into the sea and swim after them? does it use a net? Or does it just wait around for the fish to leap up in the air? What do you think? Well, the answer is... puffins dive into the sea and swim after fish. Puffins are fantastic swimmers. In fact, they're even better at swimming than they are at flying. Now it's back to the magazine. And time to turn the page again. And again. And again. Until you find the page, Owl Finds Out. Just look at all those fantastic seaside pictures. And get ready to answer. Question number 3. Which of these pictures is of a sea anemone? Is the sea anemone picture number 1? Or is it picture number 2? Or is it picture number 3? Take a guess. The answer is... the sea anemone is that wiggly-looking creature in picture number 3. It looks like a flower, but really it's an animal. And that's the end of Winnie the Pooh's Nature Quiz. But while we're looking at the pictures from the seaside, let's sing that terrific seaside song one more time. Come on. Let's pretend we're by the sea. Splash, 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 splash. My, those waves sound loud to me. Crash, 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 crash. Feel the sand between your toes. Squidge, 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 squidge. Dab some sun cream on your nose. Squirt, rub, squirt, rub. I like being beside the sea. Why don't you pretend with me? I like being beside the sea. Why don't you pretend with me? Eat a picnic, drink a drink. Chomp, slurp, chomp, slurp. Take some time to have a think. Think, 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 think. Build a castle nice and tall. Build, 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 build. Here's a wave to make it fall. Oh no, oh no. I like going to the sea, and I'm glad you came with me. I like going to the sea, and I'm glad you came with me. I hope you enjoyed our trip down Winnie the Pooh and Friends Nature Trail. I'm still pretending I'm at the seaside. And that means it must be time for me to wave goodbye. Goodbye!